Beloved listener, the time has come to rise from the vibration of begging to the vibration of command. The universe does not respond to pleading. It responds to certainty. It does not move for those who hope. It moves for those who know. When you ask timidly, you confess lack. When you command with divine confidence, you declare your spiritual authority. The difference is everything. You are not a beggar before life's throne. You are a child of infinite supply. You are not meant to scrape and struggle for coins. You are meant to speak wealth into being. Every word you speak is a decree to the unseen powers that shape your reality. If your words are filled with doubt, delay answers you. If your words are filled with conviction, abundance rushes forth to obey. So today, we move from asking to commanding. You shall speak these words aloud with faith, not fear. I now command the universe to send me 500,000 quickly, easily, and in perfect ways. This money comes to me under grace and in divine timing. Say it as a law, not a wish. Say it as though you already stand in possession of it. For when you declare with certainty, the invisible forces begin their sacred work. The vibration of command is the language of creation. The universe is not stingy. It is a lavish giver, waiting for you to issue a clear order. It will not impose riches upon one who doubts they deserve it. It must be invited with strength and certainty. When you command 500,000, you are not asking for something impossible. You are aligning with a specific amount that already exists in the realm of the unseen. All wealth is first spiritual, and you are calling that unseen wealth into visibility. You must understand that every command carries a picture. When you say those words, see the picture clearly. Feel the joy of the deposit, the relief of freedom, the delight of abundance. Let your imagination become the channel through which the divine can deliver. The clearer your image, the faster the manifestation. But remember, commanding is not shouting. It is not arrogance. It is inner authority. A calm decree is far stronger than a frantic plea. You do not need to convince the universe. It already knows. You only need to command with faith so pure that no shadow of doubt remains. Do not contradict your command with words of lack. Do not say, I don't see how. The how is not your department. It belongs to infinite intelligence. The moment you declare, the law begins to arrange people, circumstances, and opportunities in your favor. Money is only the visible expression of invisible energy, and once you have spoken the decree, that energy begins to crystallize into form. You may feel moved to take certain actions after your command. Follow them without hesitation. Inspiration is the universe whispering directions for your delivery. You may receive a call, an idea, a sudden opportunity. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that your word has gone forth and is now returning multiplied. Stand guard over your thoughts in this period. Each doubt is like rust on gold, it dims the brilliance of your decree. Replace it instantly with truth. My command stands firm. 500,000 is on its way to me now, under grace in perfect ways. Let gratitude be your constant companion. The thankful heart is magnetic. Give thanks before you see it, for faith always precedes manifestation. The moment you say, thank you, universe, my 500,000 is already mine. You have aligned with divine timing. Gratitude seals the command in the invisible, and hastens its arrival in the visible. Do not look for proof in fear. Do not check for results with anxiety. Let go and know that your word cannot return void. You have spoken into law, and the law cannot fail. Each time your mind wavers, repeat the command calmly and firmly. I now command the universe to send me 500,000 quickly, easily, and in perfect ways. Speak it with authority, with grace, with divine assurance. The vibration of these words reshapes your world. They are not merely sounds. They are creative decrees. Hold your faith as a sacred fire that burns through doubt, through fear, through every trace of unworthiness. You are worthy. You are chosen. You are the voice through which the divine speaks its own abundance into form. Stop asking. Stop waiting. Stop wondering when it will come. Command now. Command with love, not with desperation. For love is the greatest magnet of all. When you speak these words daily, let your tone be royal. You are not asking for what you do not deserve. You are reclaiming what already belongs to you by divine right. Money is not your master. It is your servant. Command it. Bless it. Welcome it. Speak to it as you would to a loyal friend. You are free to flow to me in abundance, 500,000 and more, for good and beautiful purposes. Then step back and let the universe deliver. It must. The law is perfect. The decree has been issued. The channels are opening. You have spoken with the power of creation. Your word is now law. Stop begging and start commanding. Speak with authority, not desperation. The universe listens to vibration, not words. It hears the tone of your spirit, not the noise of your fear. When you beg, you affirm that you do not yet have. You speak from lack, from emptiness, from a belief that something outside of you must be persuaded to give you what you want. But when you command, you speak from divine authority. You declare that the power that creates worlds is within you, and it moves through you. There is no need to plead with a generous universe. Your task is to align with it. The one who begs sees themselves as separate from the source of supply, but the one who commands knows they are one with it. The act of begging says, I do not have, while the act of commanding says, it is already mine. One repels, the other attracts. The mind trained in scarcity will always want to ask. It will say, please let this happen. Because it does not yet believe that it can. That is the nature of the lower self, always doubting, always fearing rejection, always unsure of its own worthiness. But when you awaken to the truth of who you are, you realize that your voice carries power. Every decree you make in faith is a seed planted in the soil of creation. The moment you declare, I now command the universe to send me 500,000 quickly, easily, and in perfect ways, you activate a law older than time. It does not ask whether you deserve it, it responds to your certainty. Desperation is a vibration that closes doors. Authority is a vibration that opens them. The difference between the two is inner conviction. When you beg, you vibrate fear, and fear delays the very thing you long for. When you command, you vibrate faith, and faith magnetizes all that is aligned with your word. There is nothing arrogant about commanding the universe. It is an act of remembrance. You are remembering that you are made in the image of the infinite, and therefore you possess the same creative authority through your spoken word. The universe is your mirror. If you whisper, I lack, it shows you lack. If you declare, I have, it shows you abundance. Most people live their lives as petitioners, constantly asking for things they already possess in spiritual form. They do not realize that their words are contracts. Each phrase carries power. When you say, I want money, you are instructing the universe to keep you in the state of wanting. When you say, I command 500,000 to come to me, you are shifting into possession, into certainty, into alignment with the frequency of wealth. The shift may be invisible, but it is immediate. Energy always obeys the consciousness that directs it. When you beg, your energy is scattered. Your mind is restless, your heart anxious, your words filled with contradiction. You say you want abundance but fear the lack of it. You say you believe, but you still doubt. Commanding demands a still heart and a quiet mind. You do not need to strain. You simply speak your word with calm assurance, knowing that what you declare is already forming in the unseen. The power lies not in volume, but in vibration. You can whisper a command and move mountains if your spirit is aligned. To speak with authority means to speak as if the thing is already done. This is the secret. The one who commands does not hope, they know. They do not look for signs of progress in the outer world. They hold the inner vision steady until the outer catches up. When you say, I now command 500,000 to come to me, you are not trying to convince the universe. It is already convinced. You are convincing yourself. You are retraining your consciousness to remember its creative inheritance. Think of yourself as a divine transmitter. Every thought, every word, every emotion sends out a frequency that calls back its likeness. When you plead, your frequency says, I am unsure. When you command, your frequency says, I am certain. The universe echoes certainty with manifestations of power. It mirrors fear with delay. The art of commanding is the art of speaking truth without hesitation. You do not ask light to appear when you flip a switch. You expect it. So too must you expect your decree to manifest. Authority comes from alignment, not ego. It is not about forcing reality. It is about knowing that reality bends to faith. When you command, you are not demanding from the universe. You are giving it direction. You are instructing the invisible law to deliver what already exists for you in potential form. There is a difference between pride and power. Pride says, I can do this alone. Power says, I am one with the infinite that does all things through me. That is why true command is always humble yet unshakable. To stop begging means to stop doubting your worth. You must feel worthy of the 500,000 you command. If you still feel unworthy, your command will be weak, scattered, diluted. Worthiness is the magnet that holds the decree in place. You cannot attract what you secretly believe you don't deserve. Therefore, before you speak your command, affirm your divine right to abundance. Say to yourself, I am worthy of lavish supply. I am one with the source that knows no limitation. Let these truths soak into your spirit until you feel them as real. Once you speak your command, let it stand. Do not revise it. Do not chase it. Do not worry about how it will come. To command means to release, not to cling. The commander knows that their word is law. The universe is not confused, it only waits for a steady vibration. Each time you repeat your decree, speak it as confirmation, not as a plea. Feel the calm of certainty. Feel the peace of knowing that the law is working in your favor. Desperation tries to rush results. Authority allows them to unfold. When you beg, you send a mixed message. I want it, but I don't believe it will happen. The universe mirrors that confusion back to you. When you command, you say, this is so. And all the forces of creation arrange themselves to make it visible. The energy you release through conviction is far greater than the energy of effort. It does not struggle, it simply allows. You are not commanding against the flow, you are commanding with it. The universe is abundant by nature. It wants to give. It delights in obedience to faith. But it cannot deliver to one who doubts the power of their own word. To speak with authority is to declare your unity with that divine current of creation. You are not an outsider making requests, you are a co-creator issuing decrees. Let your words be few but powerful. Speak with clarity. Speak as one who knows. Remove all traces of fear from your voice and mind. You are the vessel through which divine supply flows into the material world. Stop asking for a cup of water when the ocean stands ready to serve you. Speak to the waves, and they will rise. Command the 500,000, and it will begin its journey toward you through channels both seen and unseen. The moment you stop begging, you open the door to receive your word as law. What you decree with faith must manifest in divine order. The spoken word is the most powerful force in the universe because it is the vibration of creation itself. Every mountain, every star, every drop of water was first a word, a sound, a decree that set energy into motion. When you speak, you are not merely making sound, you are releasing power. Your words are not empty. They are living seeds planted in the soil of the invisible. The moment you speak with faith, those seeds begin to take root in divine substance, and nothing can prevent their harvest. When you understand that your word is law, you no longer speak casually. You realize that every phrase you utter is a command to the universe. The law of mind never questions, it obeys. It takes your decree, wraps it in energy, and begins shaping reality around it. If you decree limitation, it manifests limitation. If you decree wealth, it manifests wealth. The law is impersonal. It mirrors the consciousness behind the word. It does not reward hope, it fulfills faith. That is why you must be deliberate and pure in your speech, because what you say with emotion and belief will materialize in perfect time and order. There are two ways people use their words, as requests or as decrees. The one who requests says, I wish this would happen, and the law responds with endless waiting. The one who decrees says, this now takes form, and the law moves instantly. A decree is a statement of authority, an unshakable knowing that what you have spoken must come to pass. It is not arrogance, it is alignment with divine principle. The universe does not resist faith. It rushes to fulfill it. It cannot ignore a word that is spoken in perfect conviction, because such a word carries the vibration of truth. Every decree has three powers within it: thought, emotion, and word. Thought designs the form, emotion fuels it, and the spoken word seals it. When all three are aligned, creation is inevitable. You can think a thought without power. You can feel a desire without focus. But when you speak with emotion and clarity, the law ignites. The word becomes a living current that moves through unseen channels, arranging people, opportunities, and circumstances for your good. This is why your word must be chosen carefully. It is not just communication, it is creation. If you decree, "I am rich," the universe begins to rearrange itself to make that statement true. It does not matter if your bank account is empty, the outer is always the last to change. The unseen responds first. Your decree sets the invisible in motion, and the visible follows. Faith is the bridge between the two. You must hold your decree as unbreakable law, even when the outer world contradicts it. When you speak, "I am wealthy," the universe hears, "I am." And that sacred phrase summons energy from every corner of creation. I am is the divine name, the essence of being. Whatever follows those words becomes your experience. The law works with mathematical precision. There is no guesswork in the spiritual realm. Just as gravity does not fail, the law of spoken word does not fail. What delays manifestation is not the law, it is doubt, fear, and contradiction. When you decree a thing, it begins forming. But if you later speak against it, you undo your own work. The one who says, "I command 500,000 to come to me," and then mutters, "But it's so hard to make money," has sent two conflicting orders into the field. The law cannot serve two masters. It will always follow the strongest vibration, and usually that is fear. To make your word law, you must speak from stillness, from authority that comes not from ego, but from alignment with truth. The divine does not respond to noise, it responds to knowing. When you decree something, feel it in your bones. Feel the absolute certainty that what you have spoken already exists in spiritual form. You are not creating out of nothing. You are calling forth what already is. The 500,000 you decree is not being made for you. It is being revealed to you from the unseen storehouse of abundance that already belongs to you by divine right. Faith is not hoping that the law will work. It is knowing that it cannot fail. When you speak with that knowing, your word becomes a command to the fabric of reality. The law does not judge time or possibility, it only mirrors the vibration you release. Divine order governs everything. This means your decree will unfold in perfect timing, in perfect sequence, through perfect channels. You may not understand how it will happen, but divine order does. Your part is to declare and believe. The universe's part is to arrange and deliver. The timing may surprise you, the path may astonish you, but the manifestation is certain. You can decree health, love, prosperity, peace, anything that aligns with divine good. The law does not run out of substance, it is infinite. But it must be directed by the word. Imagine the universe as a great sea of energy waiting to be molded. The spoken word is the mold. Whatever you declare shapes that energy into form. If you say, "I can't afford that," you mold lack. If you say, "Money flows to me with ease," you mold abundance. If you decree, "I now receive 500,000 in perfect ways," you mold that specific energy into motion. And it will begin to take on physical form through the easiest and fastest channels. Do not measure the power of your decree by your current situation. Your outer life is simply a reflection of your previous words. To change the picture, you must change the decree. Every time you speak with faith, you overwrite the old patterns of fear. Every time you hold to your word as law, the unseen moves closer to visibility. Speak your decree daily, not as repetition but as reaffirmation of your authority. Say it calmly, with certainty. "I now command the universe to send me 500,000 quickly, easily, and in perfect ways." Then feel the peace that comes from knowing your word has gone forth. The law is exact. It delivers not only what you say, but the feeling behind what you say. That is why empty affirmations do not work. The power lies not in the phrase but in the belief that fuels it. Speak from inner conviction, from quiet power. Feel your decree as a fact, not a hope. Each time you repeat it, you deepen its roots in the unseen. You cannot decree something once and then cancel it with fear. You must let your decree live, breathe, and expand. Keep your vibration pure by aligning your thoughts and emotions with the truth of your word. Your spoken word becomes your world. This is the eternal law of mind. Whatever you decree must eventually take shape, because the universe itself is built upon sound, rhythm, and vibration. You are a creative center in this cosmic symphony. When you speak with faith, you strike the note that summons harmony from chaos. The energy of your word ripples outward, touching the seen and unseen, setting all things in motion to fulfill your decree in divine order. You may not see it immediately, but you will feel the shift, the calm certainty that comes when creation is set in motion. To decree is to govern your reality. You are not at the mercy of conditions. You are the cause behind them. Speak your world into being with intention. Know that your word is law, that what you decree with unwavering faith must come to pass. The moment you claim your authority, the moment you stop speaking from fear and start speaking from divine power, you take your rightful place as a co-creator of your own destiny. Every word you speak with faith becomes a law unto itself, shaping your future in divine precision, unfolding in grace, order, and perfect fulfillment. Command 500,000 with clarity, gratitude, and unwavering belief, then allow the universe to fulfill your decree. The key to manifestation is clarity of intention. The universe does not respond to confusion, hesitation, or mixed signals. It responds to precise, focused direction. When you say, "I command the universe to send me $500,000, you must know exactly what you mean. You must feel the number as real, tangible, and already yours. Do not dilute it with phrases like, "if possible," or "I hope." Speak it as law. The 500,000 is not a wish, it is a decree, and a decree must carry the vibration of certainty. The clearer your command, the faster the response, for clarity is the magnet that draws the unseen into the seen. To command with clarity means to remove all contradictions. You cannot say, "I command 500,000, and then wonder, "But what if it doesn't come?" The moment doubt enters, you have clouded the signal. The universe listens through vibration, not words, and doubt weakens the frequency. Instead, speak your command from the calm knowing that the supply already exists, and is now finding its path to you. Each time you repeat your decree, do it with fresh faith, not as a question but as an affirmation of truth. The law of manifestation does not require repetition for persuasion. It requires repetition for alignment. You are not convincing the universe, you are convincing yourself to stay in tune with your own command. Gratitude is the seal of manifestation. When you give thanks before the 500,000 arrives, you prove your faith in the invisible. Gratitude declares, "It is already done." It shifts your vibration from seeking to receiving. When you say, "Thank you, universe, for sending me 500,000 quickly, easily, and in perfect ways," you are acting from completion, not from lack. The energy of gratitude draws more of what you are thankful for. It expands the flow. It opens doors that effort cannot open. Gratitude is the quiet power that accelerates every decree. Speak your command, then immediately give thanks as though it has already arrived. Feel the joy, the relief, the excitement of possession. Gratitude transforms your words into magnetic energy that calls abundance to you with grace and speed. Belief is the foundation of every command. You can speak the words, but if belief is absent, they remain empty vibrations. Faith is the electricity that brings your words to life. You must believe that 500,000 is not too much, not too far, not too impossible. You must believe that the same power that governs the stars can govern your finances. The law of abundance does not distinguish between small and large. It only measures faith. If you believe deeply that 500,000 belongs to you, it will flow to you as naturally as a stream to the sea. Belief does not chase, it knows. Belief does not fear delay, it trusts timing. Belief does not argue with appearances. It knows that the invisible precedes the visible. Your command must be spoken from the feeling of already having received. The universe mirrors your inner state. If you feel desperation, it sends more lack. If you feel abundance, it sends more abundance. Therefore, when you command, embody the emotion of wealth now. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and imagine the 500,000 as already in your account. Feel the weight of financial freedom, the peace of security, the joy of overflow. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between imagination and reality, it simply obeys emotion. When you dwell in the feeling of possession, you tune your vibration to the reality of abundance, and all corresponding experiences begin to gather around you. Clarity gives the order, belief anchors it, and gratitude seals it. These three together form the golden triangle of manifestation. Without clarity, your command wavers. Without belief, it lacks power. Without gratitude, it remains incomplete. When all three are present, your decree becomes irresistible. You become a clear channel through which divine substance flows freely. The 500,000 you command will begin its journey the instant you align these three forces. You may not see it immediately, but signs will appear. Ideas, opportunities, people, or even coincidences that seem too perfect to be random. These are confirmations that your decree is being fulfilled through divine order. You must also learn to allow. Allowing is the art of non-resistance. It is the silent confidence that what you have spoken is on its way. Many people command but few allow. They speak their decree and then choke it with worry. They say, I command 500 zalozen, and then check their bank account 10 times a day, wondering why nothing has changed. That anxiety cancels the vibration. To allow means to trust. It means to stop grasping and start knowing. The law cannot deliver while you hold it hostage with impatience. You must release your command into the spiritual ether, like a seed planted in fertile ground. You do not dig it up to check its growth. You water it with faith and gratitude until it blooms. Divine timing governs all manifestation. The 500 zalzen will not come a moment too soon or too late. It will come in perfect sequence. The law knows when you are truly ready to receive. Sometimes the delay is not punishment but preparation. It may be that the universe is arranging channels that will bring not only the 500,000, but also greater opportunities beyond it. Trust that timing. Speak your decree daily. Not from impatience but from harmony. Each time you say it, reaffirm your readiness and your faith in divine order. As you command, keep your mind pure of contradiction. Avoid speaking words of lack in your daily life. Do not say, I can't afford it, or money is tight. Those phrases are commands that cancel your decree. Speak abundance only. If you must speak of money, speak with respect and joy. Say, money loves to come to me. Or, I am always guided to financial increase. Keep your language aligned with your decree. Because your words are the blueprint of your reality. The universe cannot give you what you constantly speak against. Visualize your 500 zalzen not as a distant goal, but as a present reality unfolding. See the confirmation message, the account balance, the feeling of gratitude in your heart. The more vivid your image, the stronger your vibration. Let that image live in you until it feels natural, inevitable, and done. When your command becomes your inner truth, the outer world has no choice but to reflect it. The law cannot resist conviction. There is also a sacred calmness that must accompany your command. True power is never frantic. When you are certain, you rest. You do not chase results because you already know they are in motion. After speaking your decree, release it and carry on with your day in peace. Act as one who already possesses. When the thought of money arises, bless it, thank it, and reaffirm your faith. The calm certainty of faith is more powerful than 1,000 anxious affirmations. You are not asking for 500 zalozen to be created. It already exists. You are commanding it to move from the unseen to the seen, from potential to form. It is waiting for your vibration of readiness. You are the vessel through which this energy must flow. The clearer your channel, the faster the flow. Clear away resentment, fear, or guilt about money. These emotions block the current. Forgive the past, release scarcity thoughts, and step into the vibration of abundance. The moment you do, your command gains momentum. Clarity directs the flow, gratitude amplifies it, belief sustains it, and allowing completes it. These are not separate steps but one continuous state of consciousness. You must live in the energy of your command, breathe it, speak it, and feel it as real. The universe never fails a clear, grateful, and believing heart. It fulfills every decree in perfect ways, through perfect channels, at the perfect time.